Unboxing and installation video tutorial Storm 125A. Tools required. Cut off the packing ties with scissors. Remove the outer packing carton. Cut off all the packing ties that secure the rear wheel rim and remove the front wheel rim assembly. Set aside for later use. Cut off the packing ties that secure the accessory box and remove the accessory packing carton. Set aside for later use. Untie the two securing straps that fasten the front shock absorbers and loosen the front shock absorbers. Remove all the fixing bolts at the bottom of the packing metal frame with the M14 socket. Carefully remove the packing metal frame. Remove the protective film and pearl film that cover the vehicle body. Cut off all the packing ties on the left side of the vehicle with scissors and remove the EPE foam protecting the swing arm. Cut off all the packing ties on the right side of the vehicle with scissors and remove the EPE foam protecting the swing arm. Secure the front wheel axle with the M14 open-end wrench and loosen the front wheel axle nut with the M17 open-end wrench. Ask for an assistant to lift the front of the vehicle slightly so that the shock absorbers do not press on the front wheel axle, then pull out the front wheel axle. Set aside for later use. Ask the assistant to help lift the motorcycle from the metal frame base onto the repair stand. Remove the bubble bag protecting the side stand. Cut off the packing ties and remove the front fender. Set aside for later use. Remove the number plate secured to the lower triple clamp. Set aside for later use. Cut off the two upper and lower packing ties securing the handlebars and remove the handlebars. Place the handlebars at the front of the vehicle for subsequent installation. Open the accessory packing carton and take out all the accessories packed inside for subsequent installation and use. Install the lower pressure block. Pass the bolt through the upper triple clamp from below and thread it into the lower pressure block. Install the lower pressure block on the right side in the same manner. Then adjust the pressure blocks to the correct angle. Tighten the lower pressure block bolts after adjusting to the correct angle and ensure they are securely fastened. Install the hold-down block. Pick up the handlebar, remove its protective film, and place it into the mounting groove of the lower holding block. No removal demonstration is shown here to prevent scratching the handlebar. No removal demonstration is shown here to prevent scratching the handlebar. Place the upper hold-down block on the handlebar and thread the bolts in by hand. Finally, use an M6 hex key to tighten down the upper hold-down block, securing the handlebar firmly and ensuring full tightness. Install the front fender. Use an M8 socket wrench to remove the 3 front fender mounting bolts mounted on the lower triple clamp. Remove 2 flat washers from the bolt fitted with 3 and install 1 on each of the other 2 bolts. Pass the bolts with fitted flat washers through the mounting holes of the front fender, position them on the underside of the lower triple clamp, and first thread the mounting bolts into the holes by hand. After threading the bolts in, tighten them securely with an M8 socket wrench. Install the number plate. Use an M8 socket wrench to remove the number plate mounting bolts. Clip the brake line into the brake line clip on the back of the number plate. Insert the locating pins under the number plate into the locating holes of the front fender. Then tighten the number plate securely with an M8 socket wrench. Use an M8 socket wrench to remove the front brake caliper. Install the front wheel. Unscrew the front wheel nut and take out the 2 front wheel spacers. Pass the front wheel axle through the mounting hole of the right front fork and slide the short front wheel spacer onto the axle. Lift up the front wheel rim assembly. Align its mounting holes with the front wheel axle. Pass the axle through it. Slide the long front wheel spacer onto the axle. Pass the axle through the mounting hole of the left front fork and first thread the nut on by hand. Use an M14 open-end wrench to hold the front wheel axle in place and tighten the front wheel axle nut securely with an M17 box-end wrench, ensuring full tightness. Use an M8 socket wrench to remove the mounting bolts on the brake caliper and take out the brake retaining tab. Since there's insufficient gap between the disc brake pads, use a flathead screwdriver to pry apart the pads and widen the gap. Align the gap of the disc brake pads with the disc brake rotor and clip it into the brake caliper. Refasten the brake caliper with the 2 removed brake caliper bolts using an M8 socket wrench. Use an M6 socket wrench to loosen the front brake line clip. Pry open the brake line clip, clip the brake line into it, and push the rubber sleeve into the clip. Use an M6 socket wrench to retighten the brake line clip. Install the rear shock absorber. Then unscrew the nuts from the rear shock absorber's mounting bolts. Lift the rear wheel to align the shock mounting holes on the swing arm with the lower shock mounting holes and pass the mounting bolt through them from right to left. Thread the nut on and pull out the rear brake line. Use an M14 open-end wrench to hold the nut in place and tighten the rear shock absorber mounting bolts securely with an M13 socket wrench. After installation, reseat the rear brake line. Install the footrest gear. Use needle nose pliers to straighten the cotter pin, remove it, and pull out the clevis pin. Align the mounting holes of the footrest gear with those on the footrest bracket of the frame. Insert the clevis pin, push the cotter pin into the mounting hole of the clevis pin, and bend the cotter pin over. Install the chest protector and breathing tube. Insert the breathing tube into the chest protector port on the fuel tank cap. Peel off the Velcro on the chest protector cover. Take out the chest protector padding, pry the padding open by hand and clip it into the crossbar. Then wrap the chest protector cover around the chest protector padding. Remove the bubble wrap, protecting the handlebar grips to expose them. Unscrew the quick release bolt at the rear of the seat and remove the seat. Remove the battery insulator cap and the mounting bolt with its nut. Carefully place the nut inside the terminal block and connect the color-coded power cables to the corresponding terminals.
不要挡住。好，盖帽。
After connecting the power supply, remove the protective film on the seat and refit the seat in place. Finally, secure the wire harness with the zip tie on the left side of the head tube, and the installation is complete.